All right, so this is a letter written, I don't know, 22 years ago to Catholic Answers, Gillespie Way, El Cajon, California, and is written by Will Powell, who, in his retirement years, he took it upon himself to kind of engage regular evangelical Catholic Christianity just to figure out if they would believe God's word, right? Anyway, so here's the letter. Dear Sir, may I ask you for information about hell? I have been searching in vain for a thorough, exhaustive work on hell, which covers the origin and etymology background of this word, and why and when it was first used in English translations of God's original inspired Hebrew and Greek or Aramaic. It's frequently said that Jesus spoke more about hell than anyone else in the Bible, but isn't it true that he did not use the English language, and that there was no record of that exact word he used? Wouldn't the same reasoning apply to words which are used to support the everlasting aspect of hell, such as eternal and forever and ever? Without translating the Hebrew words olam and the Greek words aeon and aeonian in the sense of unending time, could hell carry the same sense of endless time? Doesn't it appear that the translators of God's word into English were uncertain whether Sheol or Hades meant grave, pit, or hell? Didn't Hosea and Paul say that Sheol and Hades will be destroyed together with death? Didn't Jesus and Paul deny victory to hell? Didn't Jesus go to hell and escape from hell? Doesn't Matthew 16:18 seem to imply that even Christians go to hell, but that it will not be able to hold them forever and ever? And didn't Job pray that he might go to hell, that is Hades or Sheol? Wasn't Jonah in hell, or the great belly of the fish? Is God in hell? It's just questions. Wouldn't inerrant translators of infallible pronouncements call for God's casual control over men's minds, hands, and voices? And wouldn't this militant against the freedom which hell seems to demand? Is it reasonable to think that God caused his words to be written in an infallible guide and then subjected their meaning to fallible minds of men? Can we logically mix God's causality with acausality and chance? When we read a Bible, isn't it clear that God often speaks paradoxically, as he seems to do so when using the words hell within the context of his supposedly objective saving work in the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ, right? While hell seems to demand subjectivity and uncertainty, the cross seems to demand objectivity and certainty, if it is to be the basis of genuine faith. I think that. Can you explain these things, or can you recommend a good book which does? I haven't found such a book after many years of searching. I mean, a book which looks at the biblical paradoxes in the eye and doesn't try to pretend they're not there. In my opinion, God deliberately makes us turn from our understanding and depend entirely on the efficacy of his work in the death and resurrection of Jesus, as Paul implied in 1 Corinthians 2:2. I've knocked myself out for too many years trying to resolve the theological confusion I see and hear around me in every church, and I am sick of it all. If I can simply trust in what Jesus has done for me 2,000 years ago when he cried out, "It is finished," it is finished, then I'm about ready to give up and watch TV. Do you understand what I'm saying? I've made far too many serious mistakes in my life to trust anything I might do that anything I might try to do to please God. I've determined, as Paul has said, to know nothing but what Jesus did for me and my children and my loved ones when he died for us. Please try to answer these heavy questions, or try to find a book which does, okay? I'll appreciate your efforts. The churches around my area don't seem to give a damn, if you pardon my use of this word I never use. Confused but trusting God, Will Powell, Emerald Green, Warrenville, Illinois. Wow. I hope you enjoyed that. Go ahead and listen to it again, because it's worth it. And share it with somebody, maybe with a Catholic. Woo, that would be interesting. All right, grace to you. Talk to you soon.